Hey guys, so this is the 19th update on my 2/5 scale Sherman M4A3E8. So I got all the fender supports built, some track bolted onto the side, and I got all the hooks built. So I'll show you a close-up of it and how I did it all. So all these hooks, I took some 1/2-inch rod and bent it around a piece of pipe, and then I had to heat it up red hot and then bend it. And then I welded a 3/8 by 1-inch bolt on each point where they mount, and then grounded it down smooth. And then I welded a washer onto there. And I tried to make the weld look as good as I could. And then there's a washer and lock washer and a nut on the bottom of it to hold them down. Each one's got 2 of those to hold it down. So there's 9 hooks. There's 2 in the front, 2 in the back. The back one, or most of the hooks are made the same except for there's 2 in the gun mantlet. They're different. There's another hook, another one, and then one at the front there, in front of the turret. And these gun mantlet hooks, they're made different. I had to take some 1-inch rods still, heat it up red hot, and bend it, and then I bent it around a smaller piece of pipe. And then to mount them was a bit trickier. I took some, I think about 1.5 inch long angle iron with a 1/2-inch piece sticking out on this side, and then drilled 2 holes in it. There's 2 of those, and then there's four screws that hold these on, 2 in each. And I welded that angle iron to this hook here, and then ground it down so it looks good. And then I painted all the hooks. And those gun mantlet hooks, they're just for looks. They're not made to be strong. They're just supposed to look good. And then I got this piece here made for the air intake. I've still got to put 2 screws in the back, or 2 screws in the back of it, and then 2 standoffs at the front. They help hold it up so air can still suck through there. And then I got the back one built. I just got to router the edge of it. It's just a round circle. Cut out of wood, and then put 4 standoffs in it to hold it up, and then put some screws in it. And then there's 4 filler caps I have yet to build. There's one there, and then one up here. I gotta build those. I'll probably make them out of wood and just sand them to shape with the flap wheel and the angle grinder. And then I gotta build a little fire extinguisher, external fire extinguisher controls there. On the full size one, it was so you could put the fire out, but mine is just for looks. And then I'm thinking of putting tools on it. So there should be there's a sledgehammer that goes here, a wrench, and then there's a pry bar and a shovel. I think I want to put them on. I want to make it look as authentic as I could, or as I can. And then I got to do 2 handles on the back of the engine bay door. That'll be later. And then I got the fender supports built. There's 8 of them on each side. So I took some 3/4 inch pine by 3/4 inch, and then cut it on a 45 both sides. Put a screw up through the bottom and screw in through the back to hold those in place. And I covered them with body filler first, sanded the body filler, and then painted them so you don't have any wood grain in them. And then the full-size tank, it's got tracks on the side here, so I put some on mine. I was thinking of doing the original tracks, like the full-size tank tracks design, but I figure I'll just use some track blocks off of mine because I made a whole bunch extra, and I'll just screw these blocks on there, and I think it looks good. And also it allows you to show people what they look like, or what the tracks look like close up. And same with the other side. And I got my gun hooked up. I still got to take it apart though, and put thread sealant in all the fittings because they all leak. I tried Teflon tape and it leaked, and then I don't usually use Teflon tape, so I tried without Teflon tape and it still leaks. So there's a piece of hose I ran between the air tank and the valve because the gun's got to move up and down, so the hose has to flex. And then you got some fittings here. That's 3/4 inch valve. It's one of those solenoid valves, and I converted it to a QEV, a quick exhaust valve. So I got my control here, the valve to open and close it. And then I've got a, this is a pressure regulator. So I connect an air hose to my coupler down there in the lower hull, and run the hose up here, and then just plug it in there. And then I can control my air pressure just by opening and closing this valve. So I can set it at 40 psi or whatever. It'll go up to 95 if I want. And then after you fire the gun, it'll fill it right back up to whatever your pressure's set at for convenience. And then this is a 10-pound propane tank here. I emptied it out and then put the valves and stuff on it. I still got to paint the propane tank, but that'll be later. And I got to put thread sealant in all those threads. But after I get the gun hooked up, I'm probably I'll do a video shooting the gun and with the tank all painted, driving it. So that'll be later. That's it for this video. See you later.